Welcome to the castle, everybody come inside, where each soul is important and stands with pride. No opinion's better than the next, we respect them all feelings are valid, let them echo off every wall. In the home of good vibes, we embrace and we heal, sharing truth and compassion with a soulful appeal. I'm your vibes queen, guiding light through the night, building trust in our kingdom as our hearts unite. I brew all the tea warm and sweet with intention, got receipts to back it up, every claim gets attention. They call me the receipt queen, evidence on my throne. When drama gets crazy, I make sure the truth is known. Ooh, child, like, can you believe what we've heard? I keep it real and calm, delivering truth in each word. If rumors are swirling, I say, okay, let's see, and present all the facts so y'all can feel free. For my members only, I share that exclusive tea. Platinum, you love it over here, living life carefree. We keep it real and loyal, trust growing each day. Inside these castle walls, love flows in every way. Every castle resident's voice is heard loud and clear. We vibe together in harmony, year after year. Our story grows stronger with each conversation. So join the family now, be part of creation. Like, comment, subscribe to the castle, where everyone is welcome. All be hip-hop track. Welcome to the castle, everybody step inside. Vibes queen on the throne, come along for the ride. No opinion's better than the next, that's the deal. All feelings are valid, every vibe here is real. Castle residents, stand up, we keep it moving strong. In this kingdom of vibes, you know that you belong. Respect in the castle, that's how we do it each day. So settle in and vibe out, VQ's leading the way. I'm the receipt queen, I keep receipts on file, spilling all the tea in the castle with style. When the drama pops off, ooh, y'all like it's hot, I stay cool with the facts, giving proof on the spot. You got my story, okay, I'll prove it real quick, dropping all the receipts, now the truth really sticks. I'm serving up truth while they just chasing clout. In the castle we keep it real, no room for any doubt. For my members only, I spill extra tea on the side. Platinum, you love it over here, it's a VIP ride. Behind these castle doors, I serve truth extra strong. Exclusive vibes for my people, we vibing all night long. If you want the inside scoop, then you know what to do. Hit that join button fast and come through with the crew. Castle crew so loyal, shining bright like a crown. We built this family together, ain't no tearing it down. Like, comment, subscribe to the castle, where everyone is welcome.
Hey guys, welcome to the castle. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're not new, welcome back. Hey everybody, let's see. CTY23 said, I remember first watching him on Atlanta Street interviews and prayed that he would find a way to make himself better. I pray now this is the good. I pray now that this is the thing God sent to make that happen mysterious ways. Well, Josias is no longer in jail. CTY, I know you left that comment way earlier. Hey, Clarissa. Hey, how you doing, Clarissa? Hey, Golden. Yes, thank you, Golden, for telling them. Thank you. Hey, Bishop. Welcome to the castle. I was over there with you earlier, but I couldn't stay the whole time. I normally don't even be on here on Sunday, so that was an exception. Okay? Okay, you talking to Bishop, Clarissa. Hey, Miss HP. How you doing? Guys, if you're up in here, be sure to hit the like button for us. Hey, Drea. What's up, Drea? Oh, gosh. And I am sorry I had to reschedule this live, y'all. Yes, but it's going to be worth the wait, okay? Oh, you're welcome, Bishop. So you seen the title, you seen the thumbnail. We are here to talk about Josiah's body cam video that was dropped today. Hey, Pooh. What's up, everybody? So yes, first I want to say big shout out to Platt, because if it wasn't for Platt, we wouldn't be able to have any clips or, anything. So thank you, Platt. You said this live will give us another perspective. Upon watching the video, and actually it was two of them, okay? So the first one, I know the comment section went crazy. A lot of people was upset. All right. So we're going to get all into it. Me personally, I would say one thing would be like, why bring it up again? But I mean, I'm happy in a way that it did come out, and I'm gonna show you why I said that, okay? And if Josiah see this, maybe the body cam footage, as crazy as it seems right now, will be beneficial to him. And I'm gonna show you why I say that, okay? Because remember when we did the live stream when he went to court right before he got released? In that live stream, we went over what the charges were. We also went over that even now that he's released, it's still like conditions, okay? There's no statute of limitation. So in Ohio, I think up until 25 years from now, they could still come back if the victim come forward. You know what I mean? So he's not out the woods yet. Shout out to everybody coming up in here. Hey Abs, hey everybody, hey Rack, hey everybody. Okay, and I'm gonna ignore the chat for a minute. But if you're up in here, definitely, please hit the like button for us. It really helps. And after this, maybe you'll say, it's a good thing that the body cam footage did come out. Okay, why I say that, y'all? The paperwork is saying RAPE. Okay, in the body cam footage, they said at least a good 3 or 4 times attempted, RAPE. That one word attempted makes a huge difference to me. And I think it does in the law too, right? So you say I don't blame Platt. Okay. Hey, Mocha. Hey, everybody. So first we're going to go. And like I said, guys, this is a body cam footage. So if you're up in here and you're easily triggered for whatever reason, I'm giving you my trigger warning. We will be seeing little clips of, the footage. So let's look at footage number 1. So this one, what you're about to see is the officer that was wearing the body cam was in his car heading to the scene of the incident, okay? Or the alleged scene. But here we go.
Get your hands out of your fucking pants. Come over here. Now, hands up. Hands up. No, walk that way. Come here.
I'm not going nowhere, bro.
Walk to me.
I'm not going nowhere.
Get on the fucking ground. How about that? Get down. Right now. Get down.
Okay. So what I do want to say about that right there, I see an issue with that. Can anybody tell me what the issue is with that? How do you just jump out of a car and you instantly get your hands on the ground? F word this, F word that. Like, wait a minute. You're immediately aggressive. Do you expect the person, the suspect supposed to be calm when you come with aggression? That was bad right there. Do y'all agree with me? You say, oh wow, yes, like what was that? Did y'all miss it? Do y'all need me to run it back for y'all? Look at the aggression as a public servant or whatever. You're here to serve the public. How do you approach somebody and you expect them to remain calm like this? Okay, let's look at it again for reaction purpose.
Get your hands out of your fucking pants.
Come over here.
Now, hands up. Hands up. No, walk that way.
Come here. I'm not going nowhere, bro.
Walk to me.
I'm not going nowhere.
Get on the fucking ground. How about that? Get down. Right now. Get down.
That was all the way wrong, in my opinion, okay? You said that was rough, yeah. And I'm looking like, damn, this is the first word that come out your mouth to somebody. That's not cool, okay? At all. So, hey, Platt. Thank you, Platt. I did give you your credits when before you came up in here. Hey, Moshe, you say, I'm in the bushes. You're trying. Okay, I'm going to try to stay in the bushes on this one. But, well, Moshe, you don't have to stay in the bushes, honey. If you do, that's your choice. But thank you so much for being here. We want to hear what you have to say, Moshe. I know you're respectful. Drop down and voice your opinion, girl, and go off in the comments and let me know. You said he had his hands in his pants. He could have been armed. I understand that. But when you're going to say, I'm not talking about put your hands up, whatever. I'm talking about why you got to be using profanity and all of this stuff. Drea, I've always said there's a beauty about the English language. You could say something and you could still make it You know what I mean? You could let the person know that you're serious without you yelling, screaming, or using profanity. Your point's still going to get across if you said the same words in a different manner or whatever. But hey, maybe that's police things, okay? But I think that was very rude. I don't understand how you expect if I come up to you, Drea, or anybody and say, "Ah," just start yelling and screaming in your face. Are you gonna take me serious? Like if I was nice and calm? You're aggressive. And I don't like aggression. You said true enough. Okay, so we agreed. So let's move on a little bit. And shout out to Marcus and Platt. Like I said, thank you, Marcus, for giving me permission to use your footage. Um, I was rushing, y'all. I don't even know what, but listen. So overall, I have 3 clips right here that off top gonna sit there and say, it was attempted. Okay, so look at this one.
What'd the person over there say?
She said that a male black in the pickup truck tried to 44. She tried to get out of the truck.
Is she missing a shoe?
Pulled him back in. She was missing a belt.
A belt?
Hands get caught.
Who's over there?
Wilson.
22, 23.
Go ahead.
22 to 23. Is your victim over there missing a shoe?
Wait, did y'all hear the part that said something about aggression, or did we miss it? Because it's a reason why I got that clip. Did anybody catch it, or I need to play it again? Let's see. Hold on.
What'd the person over there say?
She said that a male black in the pickup truck tried to 44. She tried to get out of the truck.
Is she missing a shoe?
Pulled him back in.
Okay, there it is. He said, what did the person over there say? And it say, and he said the one that was walking up said possibly 44. Okay? Isn't that the code 44? The code's supposed to be for attempted, right? Well, they attempted to. But anyway, and like, I'm not trying to take away from either one of the videos that's over there on Marcus' channel. And Ken Ahmad, please drop the link to both of the videos. It'll be even better if you said this is video number 1, this is video number 2 in front of the link. You know what I mean? So people can see the whole thing. I don't want to take away. I'm not even going to play video number 2 at all because that wasn't really pertinent to the point that I'm trying to show y'all. But I honestly feel if Josias have a good lawyer, he could and let me make sure I say this, okay? Well, let me finish that thought first. If Josias have a good lawyer, in my opinion, because what the paperwork is saying is not what the body cam is showing, okay? But I do not want to take away from the fact, and I don't want y'all to be confused like I'm sitting up here defending Josias. From the very first time when we found out Josias went to jail and we found out what the charges were for, I said, if he is in fact guilty, he is guilty. I'm not trying to minimize, whatever the victim went through, or that's not this type of party. I'm just simply saying, paperwork is saying one thing, but the video is showing another. Every time in this right here, it say attempted to. That means the act never went on. That's the point I'm trying to prove, okay? So let me look at the comment. You said 44 means grape. He said he tried to 44. Exactly. So at no point in the body cam I heard he did. Not even the victim say yes he did. The victim say tried to. Okay? So I'm making sure I'm not missing anything. So he said that was a lot of aggression, but that's just an officer throwing his weight around. Yes, the officer with the body cam, the one that was in the car pulling up, that one, I think he was the most unprofessional out of the bunch. He was. And it's crazy that he know that he have a body cam on and was still acting like that. So imagine if he did not have one, okay? So You said we will need you on the panel to explain later in order to help those understand. Okay. He's free to come up. You said Mocha, that's an officer fearing for his life with the climate that we live in, especially in Columbus, Ohio. And that's why I say y'all don't have to agree with me. Go off in the comments. Let me know how you feel about the whole thing. And the link is pinned because I only have 4 clips for real, for real. And I just wanted to make sure that when people do go watch the video, y'all don't miss that part. All right? So let me see. You say definitely doesn't need to be in a state like that, especially when they're known for doing that BS to unharmed people. The issue and being in one of those states known for that kind of stuff. I don't know where Ebony live. Is he even still in that state or not? All right. I think Pooh dropped probably one of the video. I don't know which one of the video that was Pooh dropped, but there was 2. So, and I think Drea dropped the link to the channel. I just want to make sure I'm giving the proper credit since I am playing the clips. That's why I was asking, like, but don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I just wanted to make sure that people have the right links to go to the right videos. But you said it was the first video. Thank you. But I don't see anybody else have anything else to say right there. Hold on, y'all. Hey, Bishop.
Hey, how you doing? Blessings.
Welcome to the panel.
Hey, chat.
Do
Hey,
you
chat. What did
so
they? I'm
what
sorry.
go ahead. What was you
What they
saying?
want me to? What they want me to elaborate on?
I don't know. I looked at the chat and I know Golden said Bishop would probably need to go on the panel and elaborate. I guess up here you said 44 doesn't necessarily mean grape.
Well, it doesn't necessarily mean that.
Okay. That's probably the part she said, can you elaborate?
Um, a 1044, police 10 code 1044 in Ohio is a sex crime in progress. So it doesn't necessarily have to be grape. It could be any sex crime. It could be sex with a minor. It could be, I ain't gonna go through all them charges, but it don't necessarily have to be grape. But in Josiah's situation, he paid for that. That was a crackhead, a meth head hoe, and he got
Why
caught
you
in the
say
back.
that?
And he got what you mean?
But we
Oh,
don't know
see,
the victim. So how we gonna just bash the lady and
that
say whatever? We
that's
don't know
that's
for
a
sure.
let me rephrase what I said. According to Josiah's father, that is a meth head hoe that Josiah uh um I'm trying to find a filter and shit, and I think it was in one of my removed legs. Um, that was a meth hole that Josiah was fucking, and he got caught in a bad situation. If you listen, have you watched that whole video that you show
Oh,
that you about
you
to?
know what, Drea? You know what, Drea? You have a point. You have a point. When the police officer was shining the flashlight in the truck that she says she was sleeping in, because
That's
that's
her
her
truck,
what
yeah.
manager truck. It had what was it?
All
Foil
kind of
and
shit, aluminum foil, chore boy. I smoked crack for 15 years, yo.
they say cracks, yeah, and it's for foil and whatever. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he got caught up in a bad situation and it's messed up. you know, that he got caught out there with that meth hoe. And the first thing she said was, great.
You know
Certainly
what?
she
I
certainly she wasn't going to jail for selling pussy.
But you know what the officer asked her? The officer did ask her, and I think I have that clip. I
And
think
what
that's one that's coming up.
and what was her response? It
She
wasn't,
was
why the
like,
fuck would you ask me that shit? Nothing,
right.
none of that. It was just too smooth. I didn't even hear a fucking response.
Yeah,
And
because they
then if
blurred it out.
if you pay attention, There was an officer on the scene that already knew what the fuck was going down because he know that hoe. He asked the other officer what was her reaction when you asked her was she selling that cooter. Did you hear that part?
Yeah, I watched both
Yeah.
of the videos.
Right.
I'm trying to see if that's the clip I have up here because I know I don't have like I said, I only had 4 things that I wanted to make sure
But
we pointed.
let me address that level of aggression. As a I didn't see this officer, I don't know what he looked like, but he's probably small in stature. And he probably got his ass whooped in school. And when he was getting fucked up in school, he said, you know what? I'm going to become a fucking cop. And I'm going to fuck all you bastards up that were fucking with me. He seems like that type from that level of aggression. But in Columbus, Ohio, I'm going to meet you with the same level of aggression, especially if you didn't follow my first fucking command.
Hmm,
Get on the
I don't
fucking
know.
ground. How about that? You know why he said it like that? Do you understand that, motherfucker? And when he did that, what Josias do? He got on that fucking ground. Because he knew that cop wasn't with the shits.
Is this you?
It's me.
Okay. Welcome to the panel.
Thank you.
It's
I
all
had a
about taking...
question.
Go ahead.
I had a question for you. I watched it, but I didn't really focus in on it. But you're saying that a policeman knew who she was. I do recall the cops asking or giving demands or giving instructions rather for another policeman, and I just assumed maybe that was more like a rookie to ask her those questions. I guess for a better understanding of what took place. Did they know her? No, did she know him? And she did admit slightly that she knew who he was.
Mm-hmm.
She did admit that. Unfortunately, we could not hear her answers
Right.
because they were blurred. I don't know
Right.
what happened, but we couldn't really hear her answers. We could only go by what the cops stated that she said or when they repeated what she allegedly said.
Right.
You know, unfortunately, we couldn't hear her answers, but she did admit that she had seen him before around or something like that.
Mm-hmm. She said she knew who he was, is what she said.
Right. She knew like who he was.
Right.
But she never accused him of grape.
The police did.
No, they never. The police report
Right.
stated it.
Right.
But the police on the scene, they always stated that he attempted, according to what the woman told when she described what happened. I'm sorry, maybe
he
Vibes
pulled
needs
her,
to. I'm
he
sorry,
pulled
I'm
her
jumping
pants
ahead.
down. Mm-hmm.
I'm jumping ahead. Vibes, I'm sorry. Let me go on mute so she can give her commentary. I think I'm jumping ahead.
What you was gonna say? We just talking about the video.
That
I'm not going in no
they
particular.
never stated that she never accused Josias of grape, and that's the whole thing. A lot of people are all in this uproar, like, "Oh, Marcus, why did you do that?" Well, actually, it's good that he did post it.
Wait. I'll answer that. You want to answer?
No, I'm just saying I wasn't asking for an answer. I'm just saying it was kind of good that he did because we've been under the impression that
ain't nothing good
he
about none of this
raped
shit.
this woman. So to hear this footage, it's like, oh, wait a minute. He didn't even grape this woman.
We don't know
but
that.
He's been charged with grape.
The public, the embarrassment, I could understand that. And I was really hoping today that, especially if Josias is innocent, I was hoping this wasn't a trigger for him. I was really hoping that, like, how is he? Because it's like a flashback moment today, the first time in real time, seeing it probably again,
Let's not miss why today happened. I'm a bottom
No,
line
but
type.
let me finish my thought. So I
Go
see
ahead.
it on the flip side of how people will be like, well, if he's doing so much better, which I agree, he appears to be doing much better. Why come back with old stuff, like trying to rehash old stuff? I'm happy the video came out because it cleared up a lot of confusion I had. Yeah, and now
Yeah,
I
that's what
know
I'm
it's
talking about.
attempted. It was always attempted from the video, but now the paperwork saying something else. So as a young man, if he need to go get an apartment or a job or whatever, which worse, RAPE or attempted? I don't know.
Can we talk about the bigger issue here?
Okay, what's the bigger issue?
The date on that video from that body cam footage is 4/24/25.
No, 24.
24 rather. I did that intentionally. How long ago was that?
Well, almost 2 years.
You mean to tell me you wait till you've been on hiatus for a couple of days, your views are down, and before the 19th, you're going to throw this video out there so you could get 20,000 views in a day to get that bag back up? And you're going to rehash all this shit and possibly trigger this nigga into failure? You selfish bastard, Marcus. Come on, man.
And I don't know if
Selfish, man.
Marcus is up in here. He definitely welcome to hit the link. So
Content is content, though, right? Come on, man. When is it not? When do you think about the others involved in this shit?
but you know what, Bishop? Where's this energy, respectfully, when people is out here putting up people information every day or digging their family down, calling their elderly parents? Where's this energy?
Yeah.
You asking me?
Yeah, and you actually support the people that do this.
Oh, hold on, wait a minute. What you mean I support them?
You be in their chat,
That's not support. That's me in the bushes. I've been in your bushes for 2 years. I'm just coming out.
and I'm not coming at you. I'm just you
You
got questions and
definitely
I
did.
got questions.
You definitely did. But
What do you mean I did? I
But
did what?
you definitely did. That's why you just said you ain't come at me. Listen. That's like, hey,
N-
don't take this shit offensively and then you fucking be offensive. That's what you just did. But listen, it's cool because I don't support nobody in these YouTube streets. I've been dropping in the same person you saying I support chat that there needs to be peace in y'all situation. I've been asking for peace in y'all situation for months now.
Yeah, I'm
So
not trying to stare.
I feel like
I'm
I
not.
feel like a hit dog right now,
I don't want to steer the show another way. This about Josias, not the drama. But I just
right?
had to say, like, okay, when people on here doing the most malicious stuff,
Malicious. I've
where's
even
the
said,
energy?
come on, man, we need to leave parents out of this shit. You've heard me say that. But my point is this: the views are up, the bag is there, the videos are doing exactly what it was put out there to do, garnering attention. It's all about greed, is my
Miss
point.
Miss Darlene said, I'm understanding more, but my question is, why did he put it out now? Only Marcus can answer that, Miss
I just
Darlene.
told y'all why, because it's been on hiatus and ain't been putting out videos and needs views for this month's check.
Well, we would,
It's
you know
all
what?
about that
This what,
bag.
Vincent, maybe you ought to say what I'm assuming because we really don't know why he put it out. But I can tell you this much. I know people are feeling like, yeah, why did he put it out? I could just tell you this, put it like this. If there's been a story going around that I had raped somebody for the past 2 years and I was just released out of jail, and still we've been under the impression that he is a rapist. We've been under the impression before he dropped that video, when he asked, can I drop it? I even made a comment and said that he still will have to look over his shoulders for the rest of his life due to there's no statute of limitations. So now it's clear, like, if anything ever happens, really, he might have a lawsuit. No, see, I'm looking at it at another way. Everybody's looking at it negative in a negative way, but I'm the type of person, I like my name clear. Why? As far as I'm concerned, I'm glad he put it out there, because now I can't go around saying, "Oh yeah, he raped that old lady." That's what we've been saying for the past 2 years. When he got out, we were saying that he was a rapist, but the victim just hadn't came forward. That's we're going by the paperwork, but the paperwork
You
is a
know,
lie.
I honestly feel deep down inside, I understand the public. Guys, listen, I'm big on public image, so I understand image part for Josias or whatever. But me personally, I think that he should be happy that 100. Well, how many people Marcus have? 150K or no, not 100, 120 or something, 123, whatever. The point is, over 100K people get to see. They all was thinking you this person, right? But now they get to keep hearing attempted.
Well, you know what? No, I'm not going to even say 100 and something people, because as you can see, you could put an information out there and they're so upset about the information being dropped. They didn't even pay attention. It was like, wow. I'm thinking of it like, dang, okay. But when I'm listening to it, I'm like, wow, this is beneficial for Josias, because he didn't even do it. We've been thinking that he tried. He didn't even have any. Apparently, the woman didn't even, going by her, what she said, they didn't even have sex at all. So the story
Right.
that he had sex with a prostitute, that's a lie. Now, she might have been a prostitute, but, and if he did, she didn't tell it. She said he tried. So
I want
it didn't even
see
happen.
I want to see if Bishop is understanding now. I'm not putting on no case saying, yeah, Platt is right. Yeah, Marcus is right. That's not the type of party. What I'm saying is Josias, I think, should be happy and possibly could use this video to clear his name or something.
For
That's
a lawsuit.
how I'm looking at it.
Everybody's so mad, but they don't even realize this is beneficial for Josias. But see, I'm cut from a different cloth. People are so busy. Everything is just a fight. Yeah, that's full. And I'm looking at it like, damn. At first, it was like, I'm thinking before he dropped the video and people are all upset. I'm like, why would you even respect a rapist? Then I'm feeling bad now. I might have to go back in there and kind of delete some of that stuff, because it's not even true.
But
Even
look at
though, and this is also to show you how minorities, especially black men, black people, poor people, how they get these charges slapped on them and they don't even know how to fight it. That should not even be on his record. I got the paperwork. It specifically states he raped that lady. If you look, when he was in jail for grape. Not attempted.
Go there 1 second. Let me
Okay.
pause for a minute. Platt, you say, and y'all don't know what it took for me to get the footage, and I didn't get it till this year after exercising my rights. Guys, what I do want to say, and I can't stress it enough, okay? Platt on the screen, we would all never see the video if it wasn't for her, okay? She do have a channel. She don't go live all the time. She make intros, I don't want to lie on her, okay, but from what I know, possibly intros, banners, channel art, whatever. You just got to talk to her, okay? And she could hook you up and y'all could figure it out. But she do have a channel, and I want to make sure that y'all go over there and love on her and support her. She also even have a CD. She make all or music for our channel, okay? So that's your go-to, girl. Definitely run over there. Platt, please drop your link one more and go show her some love, guys. And she's really, really close to 500 too, okay? So thank you. I do want to make sure we giving her credit.
I'm going to drop down because something is wrong with the sound or something. But I wanted to just add, when Platt just said how she had to exercise her rights, this is what I'm talking about. We don't exercise our rights. We don't fight. We don't fight. We don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, look how Platt had to exercise her rights to even get this. Why didn't anyone do anything for Josias? As soon he should not have even been in there for no darn grape, but they said it was attempted. But whatever, he has on his record where he was released, and he wasn't released because he was cleared. He was released because the victim had not came forward. So that means that he would have, he's looking over the shit shoulder for the rest of his life. Let's just say this woman decides 10 years from now, or he pisses her off, she sees him out on the street, she decided, let me go back forward with that. He'll be back in jail.
Let
I
me
got
This
a
is
verify
question.
who's
actually, I
backstage.
could see this as a lawsuit. That's all I'm saying. And
Guys,
Bishop,
Golden,
I
can you
understand
hear
what you're
me?
saying, but I'm looking at it
Yeah, I
as,
can hear you.
in another way.
Golden,
Like, I know people are like, well, why are they just putting this up? But
Golden.
I'm glad, because I was thinking something different. I'm sorry, Vibes. I'm going to drop down and come back.
Yeah, drop down and come back because you're not even hearing me. Yeah, come back. MGO, is this you?
Yes, it's me. Hi.
Hi. Yeah, come back, Golden, because you're not hearing me and we cutting each other off and all kind of stuff. But Bishop, did you want to say anything before I go to MGO?
Yeah, I did. Um, I got a question for the chat. Do y'all think that the Ohio court system saw all body cam footage involving the arrest of Josias?
Uh-oh. Shout out to everybody that's coming up in here. I see Lenny in the chat. If you came in here and I missed you guys, I apologize. Let's see what the chat's saying. You say if Marcus wanted to help, he could have helped do it the legal way. He did it for the views. That's what Moshi's saying.
That's what
Moshi
that's what,
agreeing with you.
listen, I have a
I
question.
mean, everybody gonna drop their video. You ain't doing it for free. Of
I'm
course you
asking a
want some
question.
money from it too.
I'm asking, it's all about timing. I have a question. Do y'all think that the Columbus, Ohio court system watched all body cam footage of Josias being arrested? And then I'm going to give you the answer.
Do I think they watched them all?
Yeah, all body cam footage of Josias' arrest.
No.
Yes, it is. Yes, they did. It's all turned in. How long was Josias in jail? Almost a year?
Over
Over
a
a
year,
year?
I think. Yeah.
They
Yeah,
viewed
over.
those. They viewed those videos. They had to, in order to give him the charges. So what I'm saying is that videos don't matter. Those videos only matter to the court of public opinion. The problem here is the timing of these videos being put out there. That's my only issue. And the
Okay.
reason, and the reason, in my opinion. Go ahead.
Golden, this you?
Yes.
Okay. Well, come back. But
Hey,
let's go to
Bishop.
MG.
Bishop had a question and I missed it. What did Bishop say again? Did what happen?
Did the Ohio court system view the body cam footage of Josias being arrested, and
Who
the
are you
general
talking about?
consensus in the comment section is wrong
You talking
because they're
about
saying
prosecutors? Are you talking about the prosecutors?
the system, everyone involved in the case.
Well, they did ask for discovery,
That's what
but and they
discovery is
probably
for.
did see it. And they
That's what
probably did see it.
you said, the proper word, discovery, and that's when they saw it. So what I'm saying is videos, the body cam footage don't matter at this point. What my issue is the timing of these videos being put out and the reason.
Um.
Well, Platt is
Go.
the one who it would probably be best for Platt to come up, but I'm sorry, you said that you were letting MGO talk. I'm gonna go on mute, and we could talk about it later, Bishop.
And if Platt going live about this topic, she definitely could tell We all know that she want to go live to speak on it herself. I don't know. What you said, Golden? We're gonna go to MGO.
I
I
said
didn't hear you.
Bishop and I could go talk about it. Well, you wanted to go to MGO because she just hit the panel, so we'll talk about it later, Bishop.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi,
I
everyone. I'm sorry I came in and just jumped on the panel and didn't speak. I actually didn't realize you were live, and so I was red balling and out at 2 times speed to kind of catch up, and I still didn't catch up all the way, so I didn't get the full discussion. But I really came up. I'm not going to comment on the timing of the video or the motivation or any of that nature. What I'm going to comment on is why it is so essential if you have someone in your life who's disenfranchised, especially. Oh, your dogs are barking, Bishop. Are they mad about something? Oh, he muted. Um, especially if you have a loved one who has developmental disabilities like Josias did, why it is essential to not just rely on a public defender. Why you must, it doesn't matter what you have to sell, who you have to borrow from, if you have to crowdfund, whatever you have to do, why you must have a real, an attorney to represent your, because of the fact that Josias was known to the police department because he was a drug addict. He had been involved in other different things. Um, I'm sure he had encounters with this woman before. If you notice, one of the charges was also someone who was unable to consent, et cetera, et cetera. Being inebriated, this woman clearly was also, an addict herself. They can say that you quote unquote can't consent. They mentioned that he had been staying in this truck for a while, that the truck had an odor, like it had been, like the back of it was used as a restroom by numerous people. Obviously, different people went in and out of the truck. It wasn't just him, it wasn't just her. This was, I think Bishop kind of summarized the situation pretty clearly. Whatever the situation was, she didn't want to give it up that time for the drugs. She got mad. The police rolled up on them. She was upset. She was high and talking out of her mind. I don't know what the situation was, but clearly something that was said, even if not necessarily about this time. And I'll be clear, attempted grape is bad. So attempted grape, it's not the same, no, but I don't even know if really, because we know that Josias has a history of being very aggressive with women, which is, unacceptable. But grabbing them, pushing them down. But I also don't know how much he does or doesn't understand what's play, what's um um aggressive sex, what's consensual, what's not. Because from the things that he shared with the different women that he's been with, and with again him being delayed. Um, I don't understand that whole matter, but I think that if, the technicality of her not cooperating and her not being able to be found because she might be off on a binge somewhere, or her stories, whatever it is, um, it wouldn't even be this scenario would have been handled differently if he had some better legal representation. So I just don't understand what's going on with the family, why you would entrust a public defender. And I'm not knocking public defenders, they went to law school and did everything, but that sometimes they get handed that case in the hallway, you know what I mean? Sometimes they are trying to figure out and play catch up and they have a huge caseload. Like, why would you take such a risk with such serious charges against someone? you know I just don't understand.
I can answer that, MGO. Well, I had a friend who was a public defender. Basically, their job is to try to help save. They might even know that the person is innocent, but that's not their job. Their job is to try to save the state, the county, or whatever money. So if they can talk you into just taking the deal, because it's a lot less than um, getting discovery, interrogatories. I mean, it's a lot of time involved with gathering all this stuff. So if they can try to avoid all of those costs, they will. As far as the family, Ebony created a GoFundMe, and I did donate, not a lot, but a very little. But she did get up at least to about $500 and something. They never retained a private attorney. and Ebony never reimbursed anyone for that money as she said she would do if they did not use the money. As you stated, they could have came up with the money. The father, he received he received cash apps when he wanted to come and see Josias. So I don't see why he wouldn't try to ask for help then. Even Marcus was willing to reach out for the help, but Ebony was blocking that. I mean, that should have been the time for them to use Marcus. I mean, let's keep it all the way real. If they were allowing, if Josias was on his panel, on his platform, acting a darn fool, I remember Josias's parents even allowed for Marcus to interview them. I just saw a video today that reminded me when James was on Marcus's panel. So now is the time that you should be benefiting from him and using him. And now you're being stubborn, like, oh, we don't want to be bothered with Marcus. That should have been your time to take advantage. So I don't know if there was somebody in the middle of it talking them out of it, because Marcus did say that their attitude changed towards him when Ebony got in the middle of it. And we all have seen her her attitude. So I don't know. But anyway, yeah, you're right. They should have retained one, because he wouldn't even have what he has on his record right now if they would have retained a private attorney.
Yeah, and I do know that the GoFundMe was edited at one point to say, first it mentioned to retain a private attorney, and then later it said and or seek private therapy. So I don't know if maybe the plans were to use some of that. Being that he's an SSI recipient, he does get Medicaid, but he has a lot of issues and might need someone with, who's trauma informed, or who has, some specializations that might require something that's out of network or that's private pay. So I don't know if maybe the funds were used for some of that. I guess we'll know, unless it's clarified, we'll never know. But just the whole thing is just really, it's just scary to me, because if people could only think of how many people in the criminal justice system are people who are developmentally delayed, you know what I mean, who, just kind of get caught up, in a number of reasons. And then when you add the drug use, when you add the all of that to it, it's just a perfect storm.
Let's chime in on the chat so they don't feel neglected down there. Moshe said,
Can
I
I?
think Josias may not understand that everyone doesn't want him in that way. I heard you, Bishop. After this, okay? Not saying it's right, but I think he has trouble comprehending non-actual cues. Not in this case, though. I can read, y'all. I'm trying to filter my words for YouTube, okay? That's why I say actual and whatever. But do anybody have anything to say about what Moshe said? And I know Drea
I
had
agree. Yeah, I mean, that's what I was thinking of. I think that he every time, every girl that got off the Greyhound, everyone he had been dating for for a couple of days, he was in love, and this was his wife, and this was someone he had known for, he had a million stories about, oh, I dated this girl back in high school. The only one that I think could have possibly been true was Ileana, because his mother, Josiah's mother did admit that she did bring him to Atlanta. He did briefly attend school, but it was some kind of virtual, I think it was during the pandemic, so it was virtual school. So there was a lot of warehousing of students back then, so that could have been true. The Emily one clearly was not.
Well, no,
She, yeah.
I don't think any of it was true. Ileana's, I think Marcus, I just saw a video where he confronted Josias about that. They were just lying about that. He didn't know Ileana before. But I mean, yeah and no. I don't think Josias is that slow where he doesn't understand. I think it's just
He
that
probably
that
doesn't want to
environment.
understand. Yeah.
Yeah, that I think it's just the environment that he was in. It's acceptable a lot of times. You notice a lot of those girls, they talked about it, but it was just that maybe it, you know what I mean? A few of them, I think it was Ileana, if she was telling the truth, mentioned that Josias was aware of whatever he did, and he, I think, apologized or something like that. I think it has a lot to do with um being under the influence and things like that. I'm just not going to fight. Josias is not that slow to make the excuse where he doesn't know any better. He is
Oh
not.
no, you know. I think that there's a point that you know and you don't know. I think when you're in situations where there seems to be a gray area in terms of a power differential, and you know what I mean, and if consent seems to be fluctuating, I think in those situations, like, you know, relationships, he might be unclear. But, you know, we also know that Anthony mentioned, hey, I wasn't comfortable, and he proceeded, and this and the other, you know. So um you know, I think there's a lot of problems, and I'll drop down because I'm kind of sleepy, but I just wanted to just mention that just a lot of this is very concerning to me, in a lot of ways. And I appreciated what Bishop mentioned about the police officer and kind of the dynamic in the way that they were communicating with him, because it felt seemed kind of aggressive to me, but it just seems like that's what these officers just kind of do. And so the insight that he gave on that person, because, you know, the size is what I think 6'4", you know, he was like really slender, but still, you know, it, you know, this officer might be accustomed to, you know, using his badge as a way to kind of rough handle people, you know. So I'll be in the chat, but thank you, everybody.
Thank you for coming up, MGL. Bishop got his finger up.
Yeah, because I'm about to rile these nigmas up real quick. Y'all ready?
I'm ready.
Let's go.
I grew up in the system. I entered foster care at the age of 7. I was a runaway child because I didn't want to go to church. My father was a bishop and my mother was becoming a Jehovah's Witness and coming out of the Baptist church. Grew up in foster care, group homes, around a lot of Pedialites. Okay? Josias realized he was being groomed and backed out of the deal.
I don't understand what you mean. Can you elaborate?
Was that you, Golden?
Yes.
Are you telling me that you didn't understand what I just said?
Right. I'm trying to figure out where did you come to that conclusion? When
You
did
would
you
have
how did you
you
come to
would
that conclusion?
when did I come
No,
up
no, no, no,
with
not
this?
when. I'm sorry. How did you come to that conclusion? And are you saying when he got arrested, or
No.
what are you?
You know Chris?
What about yeah?
You know why Chris and Josiah fell out?
No,
Sexuality.
I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, that's why they fell out. It is my opinion that Josiah realized he was being groomed and backed out of the deal. Okay? Brought this man over to his house to take showers. Brought Chris over to his house to take showers. Supplied him with weed, alcohol, all the attention you want. In the guise of being a mentor. Bullshit.
Okay, I get it now.
I'm
What you're
sure.
insinuating,
In
but
my
I
opinion.
right, I get it now. But I didn't know. I was trying to figure out where you talking about when he was arrested, but you're talking
Now,
about
that's
when he was
way
in
before he got
Atlanta.
arrested. Way
Yeah,
before he
right.
got
I
arrested.
get what you're saying now.
Hmm. Grooming.
Was Rec talking to Bishop? She said, I'll take the bait. Groomed by who? Rec, who you talking to?
I think she's talking to Bishop.
And Platt saying, I can't rock with that Bishop, but that's your opinion.
I watch patterns. I'm a trained detective. I went into that unit in the police department for a reason. Because I grew up in that shit. So I see things a whole lot differently than others. Patterns. It's all about patterns.
He said Chris said Josias was the funny one doing by things and Chris still does interviews.
This is what I'm telling you. And Chris and
I
Josias
must be
together,
having a.
and sometimes at Marcus' crib. I'm just saying. I watch patterns, man. A lot of people don't connect the dots, and this is where the system fails our youth.
Well, you know what? I don't. If you can help me help jog my memory, I don't recall a time when Chris and Josias were together at Marcus's. The one time I do recall Josias being at Marcus's is when he was with Emily, and Marcus took Josias and Emily to his house so they could clean up because they were going to meet up with James, which is Josias's dad. Now, maybe I missed one of them, but I don't recall a time when Chris and Josias were together. I don't even recall a time when just Chris was over there to take a shower, but maybe he
What's
was. But I
what's
definitely recall with Josias and Emily.
Yeah, I remember Emily. But I don't know why I keep calling her Ebony. Emily and Josias was over there.
we dealing with a person that does interviews that suffers from a lust demon that he's talked about. You know what lust means? Lust means I don't give a fuck what it feel like, what it look like. I gotta get that feeling.
I don't know where we go. Where are we going?
Where are we going?
Yeah.
Down that rabbit hole that these interviews have created. The rabbit hole is right there. Patterns are right there. What is the fascination with interviewing these fucking trans gentlemen?
Well,
The line of questioning for these trans gentlemen.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Um, for a lot of people, like in a lot of these different areas across the 50 states, um, well, I don't know about today, but it wasn't that common to see those types of people all over. And people are curious um, of certain things that people won't ask. And he will ask those questions. Let's keep it real. I know that a lot of people they might say, "Oh, why is he asking that question?" But out of curiosity, just to learn about humans and different types of people, if he's asking those questions, people learn from it, you know, but, some people are just, they don't want to learn. I am curious about things like people share a lot of stuff with me. I don't have to necessarily experience it, but I can tell you about those things because I've received hands-on information from people who live those lifestyles. And not just trans, I'm just saying like a lot of different people. I'm
Wait,
just
he
that
also
type of
said he's
person.
not in that work. Girl, right? I
I'm
guess you're
not
talking
reading
about
the chat.
Josias. No, Rex said he also said he's not into, that thing. So anal. So how that work?
Who said that?
Josias must have said that.
When did he
Yeah,
say
who
that?
said that? I don't know. That's what I'm
Rex,
Mark,
trying. I'm trying to pay attention to the chat because they going off in the chat.
wait a minute.
Hmm?
Because Josias admitted that he was like that, and his dad was not.
they
Oh,
talking about Marcus, where Marcus said he not into anal.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah, he did
But
recently, I think. He recently said that he wasn't even into that.
How many times the robber called you?
oh,
How many times the robber called you and said, "Hey, you gonna be home Thursday at 7:15? Cause I'm coming to rob you."
Who?
It ain't never happened. Not into anal. You
but I need
if you into lust, you into anything sexual. Okay. Stop playing
So
in our faces.
Well,
okay,
you know
so
what? I'm not going to even go there. Because there are people who are sexual, but that does not necessarily mean that they will just do anything.
Mm.
but what I
When there's
do want to
drugs
make
involved,
sure,
they might.
what I do want to make sure though, not to cut y'all off, I do want to make sure that I play the 3 clips back to back.
Yes, go ahead.
There was probably more times, but that's the 3 that really stuck out to me that I caught right away with the attempted part. Okay,
Okay.
so if you're
Yes.
up in here, guys, be sure to hit the like button, and we're gonna run the clip. I'm gonna play the first one that I played, and then it's only 3 of them. They're really short too, so make sure you're paying attention so we could catch it. Okay, so we played this one already, so here we go.
What the person over there say?
She said that a male black in the pickup truck tried to 44. She tried to get out of the truck.
Is she missing a shoe?
Pulled him back in. She was missing a belt.
A belt?
Hands get
Who's over there?
Wilson.
22, 23.
Yeah, so right at the beginning, he
22,
said
23,
attempted. Okay, so we saw that one.
This is out of a possible 44.
Hey, yo.
What?
Hey, what's going on, bro?
You hear it?
This is out of a possible 44.
Hey, yo.
What?
Who said something about 3,000?
Huh?
Lenny? Who said something about $3,000?
I'm not even looking at the chat because
no.
I was trying to make sure that they paying attention to the clips. Huh?
When the fuck did I say Marcus asked Josias for sex? And he denied Marcus, Lenny. What the fuck are you hearing? I'm confused.
Hit the link, Lenny.
No, Lenny said, I think Bishop is saying Marcus groomed Josias.
No, I'm reading his comment where it
Oh.
says Bishop are saying Marcus asked Josias for sex. I never said that. And he denied Marcus. Let me repeat what the fuck I said for the deaf ass motherfucker Lenny in the back. I said that Josias realized that he was being groomed and backed out the deal.
But that's just something. Now, not Lenny, Bishop, when you say that,
In my
you might
opinion.
want to say that that's your belief, because you're
Those
saying it like it's factual, like that came from
I just
Josias.
said in my opinion again.
Mm-hmm.
If that's my opinion, I watch patterns that other people never see. That's what I
yeah, but
said.
so that I guess you're trying to say then you're not slandering or just like those are
I'm
serious
sharing what I've
allegations, but
observed. I'm just sharing what I've observed. None of this shit is facts. I'm telling you patterns that I've noticed. Ain't none of this shit factual.
okay. Well, I'm
Yeah.
glad we cleared that up.
Yeah, let's clear that up.
All right, so let's move on. See, here we go with a break again. Bishop, you just messed me up. I wanted to run all 3 clips back to back to back where the audience can see, especially if Josiah see this and he need help or whatever. You know what I
And who
mean?
said this
But
was my church channel? Your
oh
channel's
gosh,
a little off.
we got no. You can't argue with the people in the chat now. Come on now.
Oh, all right, you're right. You're right. I've learned that. You're right. Go ahead.
This is a castle. They're entitled to their opinion. You said that was your opinion about Marcus. I don't even agree with you, but the chat saying another thing,
Now I'm
so I
talking
don't
about
even
this
know.
disrespectful bitch ass Pi J that don't even know me. You see shit like that? I don't play that shit. I'm gonna go ahead and check out. Y'all be blessed. Hey Pi J, you go fuck yourself. You don't know me. You don't know nothing about me. Bring that shit to my channel, not somebody else's chat, pussy. I already chastised you in my chat, and I'm out this bitch.
Oh man.
Well, oh Jesus. We're going on intermission, and when we come back from intermission, we're gonna run all 3 clips back to back to back. Y'all know how I do with my professional ass. Okay, me and my shows. But come on now. Here we go, y'all. We'll be right back.
It's the castle where queens come clean. Facts get dropped and the vibes stay mean. No chaos here, just calm with a crown. Sip slow, speak truth, then shut it down. Let her press play, come correct the dome. We ain't chasing drama, we confront what won't. So like, share, sub, get in the zone. But if you fake, stay out of this throne. Y'all loud for nothing, we logging calm. Talk real life, not a circus charm. Every room got rules, this one's grown. Keep it cute or stay gone, this castle's known. Built on truth, no scripts, no flex. We peep, we speak, then leave it in text. Don't ask who said it. Check the tone, the vibe is bossed up and we stand alone. We don't yell, we shift the space. A queen don't move till it's time to face. No sneak, no fake, no lurk, no plot. Just vibe in peace or get blocked on the spot. Pull up with class, lead with facts. Drop comments sharp, never fumble with caps. This ain't just chat, this here a zone where women talk heavy but keep it grown. I stay calm but I still check a hole. Y'all talk too much, me, I just scroll. Gather up receipts, round 12 they unfold. Facts hit harder when the tea served cold. Share if it's real or tag if it's needed. Don't come for the queen if you barely completed. We casting chaos or chilling the throne. But either way, we stand on our own. Welcome to the castle, my loves. No chaos, just clean vibes, real chat and big truth. So if you're ready to subscribe, but if you're ready to ride, join the fam. Now take your seat, sip your tea, and walk wise into these YouTube streets.
Oh, Jesus, we are back. Gordon, you okay?
I'm trying to go find me some weed, y'all, so I can try it for the first time.
Girl,
Y'all, I'm joking. Don't pay me no mind.
y'all ain't no damn good up in this castle, okay? They threw out them hooks fast.
They had the hooks.
Do you know the hooks? You know in channel emoji, the hooks that you snap somebody off the panel?
Yeah.
Lord Jesus. Bishop, they done threw the hooks out for you, know? Abort. Mm-mm. You know what? Steven? Mm-mm-mm.
Where's Steven? I don't see Steve. I gotta drop down in the chat. Wait a minute, I'm missing everything.
Not Steven, not or Steven.
Oh, Lenny. Hi, Lenny. Kiki cool.
Hey, PBs.
PB
Listen,
there. I can't see
the
nobody. Okay.
castle vibes queen, the castle have no interest in no beef with anyone. Okay, Bishop. So I don't know what that was all about, but we gonna keep it cute and move on. I don't know what that is, but I don't have time for no battles with nobody. Okay, but I hope you have a nice night. He said he claimed he got an illness, but yeah, like I don't have time for that. Okay, so yeah, what I was gonna do earlier, let's move on. I want to make sure that I'm running the clips where people can see them back to back, okay? And like I said, I'm probably missing one, but here we go. Let's play the one we have played. So we're listening for where they said that what was the terminology? I'm looking for the part where they said the alleged, okay? Whatever, you'll hear it.
If we were to drive you over there, would you be able to identify him? All right. Okay, what do we have? 44 attempts.
Did she say specifics of how this was attempted?
She said that he ripped her pants and she tried to get out of the car and he wouldn't let her eat. So.
Two 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 three is your victim over there missing a shoe.
Are you missing a shoe? Okay, thank you. No, she doesn't.
Okay, so she said, how did she get out of there?
I don't know.
I don't know all the details how she got out of there, right? Yeah. Okay, so we need to find out a couple minutes before we make the call to the detective. We need to know. She said she was sleeping in there, and that guy randomly just came in her car and said, let's get into it kind of thing. So let's validate her story a little bit. Fill in those blanks, how she got away, did she know him, was the door locked, anything along those lines that are going to be pertinent, right? Okay. Once we have that information, we'll call detectives, we'll let them know we've got somebody detained out of it, and she pointed across the street. Okay. We'll go on from there. All right. And we're also going to make sure our cruiser camera's on, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So, yes, and I deliberately put the disclaimer over their face. I wasn't really trying to show their face. You could see the face on the real video, okay? But yeah. So you got to hear what the victim had to say.
This is out of a possible 44.
Okay. Hey, yo.
What?
Hey, what's going on, bro?
What'd the person over there say?
She said that a male black in the pickup truck tried to 44. She tried to get out of the truck.
Is she missing a shoe?
Pulled him back in. She was missing a belt.
A belt?
Hands get
Who's over there?
Wilson.
22, 23.
There we have it, y'all. Silly me was on mute, but let me see.
Well, my question to the chat is, did you hear the footage where it was never stated that he did it? Even the alleged victim never accused him of that. So the question here is, how did it go from suspected 44 or how did it go from he tried to in the report that he did it and he was actually arrested for that? That's what's on the arrest well, I don't know, I can't say the arrest record, but when we pulled his name and it showed that he was incarcerated, it specifically stated grape, not just along with two other charges. But I mean, it's clear that he did not grape that lady. Now they said that she was a meth head or whatever, and I won't doubt it. It could have been a situation where she was, what do they call it, tweaking. She could have been, thinking that maybe he did do something, but at the same time, we've seen his Josias' behavior where maybe he was a little aggressive. I don't know, but at this point, I mean, there are people who are upset about the video being out, but look how many of us now have a better picture and understanding. Well, we won't be walking around saying, like, I know there are people within this community where even if it's cleared up, they'll still say, oh, he's a rapist, like they did the other one where it was clear that he wasn't on the Megan's Law list and any of that. But for the intelligent ones and for the ones with the level head, we've actually heard and we see that they didn't, the woman didn't even say it. She said he tried. But how is it to the point where when he was released from jail after serving about a year and a half, that it's still kind of like in the air? Like basically, although he was released, I can't even recall the specifics, but if you all go back to Vibes's video when she spoke about the release, the paperwork specifically stated that that case could be reopened.
Yeah.
Like,
And
how
go,
could it be, like it could be reopened as a grape case?
and you know what, Golden?
Hmm?
You know what?
What?
And I messed up in the beginning of this live. All this time I'm sitting up there saying, shout out to Marcus, shout out to Platt, all of this for the video. Shout out to you too. Because if it wasn't for you, I would have never knew about all this Noli Perseque and the whole thing. And you done broke it down. When I say people be out here just saying, oh, Golden this and Golden that, she's
Okay.
very wise. She's very wise. I wish a lot of people would listen. She know her stuff, okay?
Thank you, Vibes.
Yeah. So I appreciate that.
But
Yep.
people don't, never mind. I'm not going to even share it.
Yep, you definitely did. She helped me and she said, yeah, we're going to go live and we're going to break it down this way. And I ain't no shame in my game. I don't know about this court stuff, but a little time I've been hanging with Golden, I've learned a lot. Okay? And I
And
know
I
she
don't
is
know it
that
all.
girl. I know she is in real life when it comes to them court cases. Okay? So don't play with her.
And I don't
So,
know it all. And I do get assistance from some of my friends or some that I've worked with and worked for. However, I've shared it before. I know people don't believe it, and I don't even care because see, I know the attorneys know. I've actually helped them win cases. But what I was gonna say is that I told Vibes, I said, see, they got people, they know you're gonna be going live, and they think you're about to just say all that we really basically. I knew, like Bishop mentioned, or somebody mentioned, or did you mention? It's like 100 and some thousand people who have the opportunity of watching that video. But how many people understood the video? I bet you I know, I don't even have to bet that there were people who still did not pay attention to that. They thinking it's something else.
hold on one second, Golden. I know Pi is saying, I'm sorry. Pi, I know you and Bishop been going back and forth down there in the chat, honey. And we were just going on with the show. You know what I mean? I'm trying to make sure I'm trying to catch up with the comments, but I can't catch every word, you know? But you know how it is. I'm talking, but I'm trying to pay attention. But I do know that y'all have some tension going on. But we have mods up in here. And I mean, if it was out of control, they would have been did something. So for y'all to still be in the chat, it's okay. All right? The chat belongs to our moderators when I can't even pay attention. So if I look at the chat, you know what I'm saying, go and I look at the chat and I still see both of y'all down there, that means the mods is okay. Okay? So
Right.
yeah. So you all right. You know, I say how you gotta feel, say how you feel. You saying how you feel and he's saying how he feel. But I just know Bishop, all that yelling and screaming, I mean, that wasn't even cool. And then on top of that, I know somebody in the chat was saying, you know, oh, Vibes, good luck getting paid for this live because all the F-bombs you was dropping. And for you to have a channel and you would do that on my channel, even though, you know, people love to play, that wasn't cool. Yeah, people love to play with people's channels, like you giving them stuff to try to flag my channel. You know, so it is what it is.
I agree with you, Bishop. Hopefully, Josias can move forward positively in his life, but let's keep it real. I mean, Ebony is there with him. How realistic is this? Like, is he going to be babies? Is she going to babysit him for the rest of his life? That's my question. Like, everybody's like, oh, he's so happy. He and Ebony are together and all this. Like, I'm looking at it realistically. I mean, this is just, you know what I'm saying? How long is this going to last? Can he be able to independently be a man and do what he needs to do without Ebony standing there, baby, as his babysitter? That's
Thank
crazy.
Thank you so much, PBs. You said you're a member for 7 months. Hey, shout out to you. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate it. Abs say I'm back in the building. Abs, you don't miss majority of the show, but it's good you're back. I hope you're doing well. Yeah. So I'm here, y'all. We're already an hour and 20 minutes in. Do anybody else have anything to say?
I wish
And
Platt would
and
come
like,
up.
no, you know. Oh, you say you wish Platt could come up. You don't tolerate disrespect. I don't tolerate disrespect either. But over here in the castle, um we're like 99% women. Like even on my analytics, we really ain't got that many men over here. So we be happy when a man come by and just be a man. You know what I mean? Talk with respect, but still get your point across. Like we just say we're alive and it's 100 people and 99 of us are women, and there's only one little man, one man up in here listening. We don't want to hear all this be this whole this that. I don't tolerate disrespect either, especially from men. So, and then the aggression, like I'm not used to that energy. I'm not used to that energy. I be live, I be vibing out on my panel. I don't do all that rah, rah, rah. You know what I mean? I'm just chilling. But I don't want to turn into no drama. So we're just gonna move on. Um,
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. What I was saying is that I would love for Platt if she can hit the panel. A lot of people don't understand that since Platt is she's in the chat, that they're wondering why did Marcus just now um post this. Well, Platt explained that Marcus, if you all looked at the video, Marcus gave Platt the credit. Maybe some didn't pay attention. So Marcus received the video from Platt and he edited it some, but Platinum is the one who forwarded him the footage. Platt specifically stated in the chat that it took her forever and she just received the video. I recall Platt requested that video long ago around the time when I got the copies of the police report. That was during the beginning when Josias was first arrested. If maybe some of you didn't see Platt's comment, but she said she had to exercise her rights to get it. So that means she was fighting for that because she had a right to it. And I guess I don't know, she would have to explain more. But for those who don't understand why he's just now posting it, it was requested long ago and they're just now getting it. But all I could say I'm not even looking at that like, oh, why would they do that to Josias? I'm looking at it in a whole nother way. My mind is I have to understand that I'm made up and cut differently. Okay, I'm
hey,
thinking of it as a something beneficial to Josias, not something negative towards him. And I've already
Abs, this you?
explained that.
Yeah, it's me, it's me.
That ain't
Oh,
Pat.
hey,
What's good? What's good vibes? Well,
Oh,
go on, Golden.
Oh, hi,
what's up?
Abs. I thought you said playing. I'm about to say, hold up, somebody playing on the phone. Okay, I'm sorry.
What's good, chat? No, no, I just wanted to come up because I watched the videos of Josias being arrested, and I had a few things I wanted to say from my observations of what I've seen. But carry on, Golden. I didn't want to interrupt you, but we got the chat.
No, I'm done. You can go ahead. I'm going to put myself on mute. Thanks for coming
Oh,
up.
okay. No, no problem, no problem. Just a few things that I've seen. Obviously, I think you guys touched on it, vibes about it was alleged or attempted, but it wasn't actually an act that was performed. And we all were thinking, I'm sorry if I'm going over old stuff, but just giving my thoughts. We all were thinking that it was something that he actually did. And I think it was more so because of the actions that we seen from Josias before, which led us to believe that it was possibly something he could have done. But it's good to see that it's not actually something he did. What are you laughing for? It's not something that he did, but it's something that was alleged. But I'm very confused as to what was he actually found guilty of then? Was he found guilty of rape or was it attempted? Does anybody have the clear charges what he was found guilty on? That was
Yes,
one thing.
he was charged with rape, he was never convicted because the alleged victim, I guess they couldn't find her, or she never came forward. So they released him based on they could not find the victim, the witness. However, there were stipulations, and I can't even recall all of it. We'd have to review Vibes' video from a few months ago that she posted after he was first released, and we'd have to get the paperwork. But I'm just trying to go by what I recall. From what I recall, there were stipulations. Basically, they released him. He wasn't convicted, although he was charged. But basically, the case can reopen at any given time.
Because from what I remember, sorry to
Mhm.
cut you, Gordon. From what I remember, he accepted a charge or a plea or something like that, which is why he was out. Or am I mistaken about that?
Right,
But he
right.
accepted a plea so that he was able to come out of the situation he was in earlier quicker than he would have been. Because
That
all
is
along
Right.
it was as though he was being charged for rape, like that was what he was on.
one
But
second.
obviously
Plat,
with his
this you?
mental health.
Yep, it's me.
Okay.
We have to
Oh
get that
well,
paperwork, Abs,
well,
because
go
you're
on, Claire.
right. It was
Yeah,
something like that. It was some sort of stipulation involved. But now that we
exactly.
know
Yeah.
this and we've seen the footage, he shouldn't even took that he shouldn't even
That's
accepted
what I'm
that.
saying, Gordon. That's what I'm saying because I don't know how it is over there, but I know it's probably worse than it is in the UK. You know, the system is set up for you to fail. They say innocent until proven guilty, but we all know that that's not the case. And from what I'm hearing, it sounds as though he was pigeonholed into a position where he took a lesser charge, but he shouldn't have been taking the lesser one anyway, because from what we've seen of the footage, there was no evidence to substantiate him being involved in any rape or attempted, apart from the word of a witness that was unreliable from what we can see. So I'm a bit confused about that side of things. And the other thing, I know Plat's up here, big up sis Plat. The other thing I really wanted to touch on is that there's a lot of outrage about Marcus uploading the video and stuff, and why is he doing it and what his motives are. Look, what we're doing here, Marcus has categorically stated that he's an interviewer and he puts content out there, and sometimes the content can be a bit, he can trigger people, but that's what he does. He's an interviewer and he puts videos out there, and that's part of his business. We all know he makes money from it. So I don't know why people continuously get upset when he posts videos or the timing of videos or they question things. And to me, it's crazy. And I've always said, I've got on record, I don't always agree with Marcus's actions. But let's call a spade a spade. The man's a businessman. And YouTube right now is his bag. That's where he makes his money. So don't get mad at a man for making his money and putting out videos, because that's what he does. We all know him as Marcus, the interviewer. So he interviews people and puts them out. Now, Josias was one of his main interviewees, and this is a story that people are all following. So I don't see any issue with the timing. We don't know when he got the video. I think I just heard that it was Platt that sent him the video recently, and he's decided to upload it. So I think people need to stop the outrage. And to me, a lot of the outrage is fake. It comes with ulterior motives. They probably just don't like Marcus and or what he's been doing. So they want to use this as a stick to beat him with. But for me, all of that needs to just go to one side. And let's focus on the real issue. And that's Josias and the actual court case. Because that's interesting to me. But yeah, you can go ahead now, Platt or Golden.
Hey,
Thank you.
VQ, Golden Abs, how y'all doing?
Hey,
All good,
hon.
sis. All good, man.
All
Shout
right.
out
Hey,
So
to you,
Pat, we
girl.
doing good.
what do y'all want to know?
I don't
Nothing.
have any
Wanted to
questions. That
know.
was Golden wanted you to come up. But I
Okay.
Well,
just want to
no.
say thank you, girl. I
Mm-hmm.
appreciate you.
Well,
No problem.
it was, I mean, you didn't have to come up, but it was just basically like if there was someone out there who could not understand, you know, maybe you could explain better when you specifically stated that you had to fight and exercise your rights to get that video. I do recall when you were still okay with Dead Rose, that I remember that you were trying to get that
Exactly.
video
That's
back
exactly what I was
then.
about to say.
Yeah, so that's what
Yeah,
these
look at
people don't know. People
this.
just make up stories,
This
or they just assume without questioning or trying to get details to find out exactly what happened.
Yeah. Okay, so I was still cool with Dead Rose when you and I were getting her that stuff for about Josias. But when I found out that you was getting the same thing that I was getting, I just let you go ahead and continue to get it. And then I said, well, I'm gonna work on getting the footage. So I requested the footage, and it had to be like it was in 2024 when I requested it, but it was like probably like June or July or whenever we was doing it, right? So I requested it, and they hit me back in 2024 and December, but they didn't have nothing ready. Then they kept on saying, "Oh, we got to do this, we got to do that." So then I was like, you know what? I ain't playing with these motherfuckers no more. I said, "Listen, you got 7 days to give me this footage, or I'm not going." I said, I'm gonna report you." I said, and I want it for free. So I got it for free, but it took like I didn't get it till last year though. When I
I guess
realized that they had sent me that email back in December, but they still wasn't ready. The email saying that they wasn't ready and shit or whatever. So she told me that they had to cut out a lot of stuff and all this and that and whatever, whatever. So then I sent them another email and I said, listen, you got 7 days from today and that's it. I said, because you had all this time or whatever. I didn't say it in these words. You know how I said it professionally. I said, you had all this time and I haven't gotten anything yet. And I said, I've been waiting since 2024 when it happened. So she said, you requested the I said, listen, you got 3 more days. I gave her 3 more days. And after the 3 more days, next thing I know, that shit was there the next day. Now, how Marcus got it because I called Marcus up asking Marcus for his advice. I did ask Marcus for his advice. I met Marcus, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not just talking to this man and I'm just, I only know him from YouTube. I met him in person. So I called him up and asked him for his advice. And he gave me his advice. And I sent him the footage. And I told him that I didn't know what I was doing. And I was only a couple, people away from 500. So he redacted it. I mean, not redacted it, but he edited it. And when he told me that he edited it, I already knew what it was going to be. I knew it was going to be good. But Marcus had the video since I had it. And I just never put it out. And he just held on to it because he didn't want to disrespect me. So
Oh,
that's how he got it. He been had it.
Mimi's
So
up
if
in the
he was so money
building.
hungry, he would have been put it out.
Right, and we
Hey,
were
Mimi.
waiting. Hey, Mimi,
She was saying, "Hey, Auntie Golden."
Happy
She was
New
speaking to
Year. It's good
everybody.
seeing
It's
you.
good to see you.
Platinum says, thanks for the clarity. And this is my point. When we hold opinions about people, sorry again, uh, we just need to be balanced with our emotions, man, because you can dislike somebody, but facts is facts. And I seem to see that a lot of people have short term memory and they forget all of the times that Marcus gave individuals money, helped them out with food, and all these kind of things on the street. Yes, Marcus is making money off these individuals because he's putting out content about said individuals. But nobody can't sit up here and say they haven't seen this man help out these homeless people and try and put them in better situations than they're in. We've seen it. So what's all the rage and man's a demon and all of this talk that's coming out? As I said, I'll say it again. I don't always agree with his actions, but he's his own man. But we need to stop the trying to bring people down. And it's this crabs in the barrel mentality. We see brothers and sisters doing good, and we have to find something wrong with them to beat them with the stick and destroy them. Why can't we uplift our people, man? What's going on? We
They do
see
the
too
same.
much times.
They do the same thing to me. Every time the channel go booming and chat busy and super chats and this, they come with the worst
Yeah,
slander and the worst defamation. You know what I mean?
What that's
yeah,
the
And then
very reason
yeah,
why that's the very reason why people never understood me. Why I try to avoid doing business with my own people. My mother can tell you. She I remember she had some of my business cards and I told her do not give out my business cards at all. I'm particular with who gets my business cards. And I don't want to do business with anybody and everybody. I don't. And that's the very reason why. I know what I want and I know what I'm looking for. Period. And it's because of this kind of stuff. Do you know uh when I had my properties and I was renting out to colored people, I really wanted to help these people. You know what I mean? And there were people who I knew had backgrounds who had evictions and all that. And I really wanted these people to do better. And every last one of those people burned me in the end. And I hate to say this, but my best tenants were the Hispanic ones. I didn't have those kind of problems. They paid their rent on time. It didn't matter if it was Christmas. And see, that was the very reason why I made that state. I shared that about Westy because how did you have gifts under that tree, but you didn't take some of that money to assure that your baby had food? This is the
exactly.
same stuff these people would do. They would lie. I don't have any money. And I drive past and I see a Christmas tree twinkling all in the window. Then when it was Christmas time, everybody had devices. The kids had boots and they had all the latest, right?
Hmm.
But they
Hmm.
didn't have the rent. So you know what I had to do? Not only did it take away from my family, but I had to then spend money to evict. So how could you say you care that much about your children for Christmas? Like they could have got half of that and you could have paid the rent and whatever, or people would donate. You know what I'm saying? Christmas is just for one day. But apparently you don't care that much about your children because you had the money, but you decided to go and do something else with it. But I only would have that problem with my own people. And I hate to say it, but it's the truth. And Abs, when you mentioned about this situation with Josias, like with the system, this is what I know, like with people who don't have the money, who are poor people, usually people of color. And I'm not gonna say
Yeah,
all of them, but just people who depend on I'm jumping around, depend on public defenders where they accept these deals. He should have never accepted that deal.
yeah, yeah. That's what
Never.
it's looking like to me. That's what it's looking like, and I really feel it for him because I like Josias. Yeah, I did like him as a person. His character, you could see he was going through a lot of mental health. Obviously, his family structure was a bit, disorientated. But I like Josias. Yeah, so I'm kind of happy in a way that he hasn't got this charge hanging over his head. But in the same light, I'm upset, man, because it seems as like he's just being taken advantage of left, right, and center, and it's not good, man. It's not good.
abs,
So go
abs.
on. Sorry,
I gotta
sorry.
stop you right there because no, he still have it lingering over his head for the next
Well, yeah,
25
this is
years
the
in
thing.
Ohio.
So is it that's what I'm asking? Is the charge that he or the what he was convicted of or accepted the plea deal to? Is it attempted rape or is it rape? I don't really know. I don't know what it was that he accepted the lesser charge of.
No lesser charge. It was grape, but it was with
Okay.
stipulations.
Plat, this
Okay.
you?
Yeah, it's me. My bad.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. See, that's even worse. Then that's even worse. He needs to go back and well, he can't even do that now, can he? He can't because he's accepted the plea deal, so he can't even address it again
Well, you know what? You're
unless he.
right. It's like he can't make, but there might be an attorney, a private attorney, if they could bring forward like the unethical behavior,
Yeah, the
that whole
methods. Yeah, yeah,
thing,
yeah.
It's
Yeah, they
something
could
that
say,
might be done, or even to report these people who, okay, you know what I mean? Like for the cops to know that it was, oh, he tried it, which is not good. And from my understanding, when I read up on it, you could serve just as much time because guess what? The only reason why you didn't go through with it is because what somebody caught you, they fought off, whatever it was. They fought you off of them or whatever. But the thing is that it's still there. And for somebody from what those cops said on that footage and what was written and documented is two different things. So yeah, I'm glad that that footage came out because I would still be, because me going by what I've seen, what I've witnessed Josias do to his girlfriends, what I've heard all of these same women with the same story who didn't know each other and that aggressive behavior. And then to hear this, and it could have been where he was a bit aggressive. But the thing is that he did not do it. And she said he did not do it. I don't even think they even had sexual intercourse that night. So
yeah, because it didn't seem like it got to that stage. It was as Vibes was reporting in all of the videos. They're saying attempted or tried to or
right.
possible.
There
It
was no
wasn't
rape.
ever
Oh, I'm
yeah,
sorry.
nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah, there was nothing like that.
and I do want to make sure I stress the part that not because he didn't commit the act, but just the fact that he
Come
tried
here, you.
is still wrong. Okay, if he tried. All right.
Yeah,
So I
no
don't want
doubt,
to
no doubt.
minimize. Yeah, I'm just making sure I stress that because they'll say, well, Vibes caping for Josias because he didn't do it. He tried. No, I want to
And
make
we
sure both of them are still wrong.
don't even know if he tried. I don't know. I, did
That's why.
Josias
That's
ever
why.
admit to anything? I didn't get to the second part, and I'm finding out now that the video was edited, so we didn't get to hear the full video, but we heard enough
Mm,
to know that the woman said that he tried.
mm,
Right.
mm.
Because you don't want to and I understand that with the lady voice not being in there. I don't know if that's how it was from the police just to protect the victim or was that from Marcus editing. But
Yeah, but you
it's a
see,
it's a
again,
it's a good thing. It's a good thing. And why I say that? Because some people have such a unique voice, like me, you, Abs, you know what I mean? And people hear stuff you never know. Somebody be like, wait, that was Abs on that video. You know what I mean?
but you
You
see,
never
Vibes,
know. It's the
I
internet.
disagree. I disagree with the video being with her voice or face being, and I've always been like this. You see these people that, because I've been in situation where friends of mine have been accused of this thing, and it's been a lie. But the person who accuses them, and when it's even found out that they're a liar, they're never ever, their identity is never ever told. It's always kept quiet, right? And I think if a victim, or we have to say presumed victim, or in this case, she's a victim because he's accepted the plea. But these people need to have their faces shown. Also, why are we protecting them? Until we know what's happened, why are they being protected? What's the
No,
reason for the
no.
protection?
I'm looking at it from the point of if she is in fact a victim, you don't want to victimize her more by the world knowing who she is. But Platt said right here, the records officer sent me all the things they redacted out the footage. So that was their work.
Right,
Once again to protect
right.
her.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, okay. So, okay. Well, you know what? See, this is something else too. Look how long it took Platt to get this documentation, and this is the very reason why these cases go on for so long. Do you know how long you can go back and forth with a case, waiting on discovery, waiting on, oh, we got to come back? I know from my own experience of having to go back and forth to court for almost 2 years for something, waiting on discovery, requesting this, requesting that. And um, the fact that
Wait,
Platt, I'm sorry, go ahead.
we messed up because I'm sitting up here. Yes, you're right. Remember, he wasn't competent to stand trial, remember? And then he was. Damn, I wish I had thought about it earlier to get the remember the stuff I posted from the first time to
Yeah,
remind y'all of the charges.
yeah.
Right. I
Yeah,
wish I
that's what
had
I'm
got it
saying.
together.
Maybe
Yeah,
we need
that's
to
right.
have a part two of this.
That's right, because he was going through the mental health. That's why I mentioned the mental health stuff, and they were saying that is he going to be fit to stand trial, etc., etc. That was where we left off, and then the next episode was he's coming out because he's accepted a plea. So it's all a bit blurred lines, isn't it? To be honest with you, so we don't know where we stand. And Bishop, I hear what you're saying. If the officer stated that he pulled her pants down, I hear that, but that's what the officers are stating based upon what the so-called victim said. So nobody was there. It's their word against his word kind of thing. So where do we go from there? Unless they've got video footage of it, nobody knows. It's one person's word against another. So I think the whole, and if there wasn't any DNA evidence, then I'm struggling to understand how this man was accused of rape if there was no penetration, there's no evidence DNA of his DNA on them. But I think there was some mention about DNA ages ago, but that's never come back up. So I really am confused. I'll be honest with you.
You know what's crazy? Because the lady even had blood on her hands or something when they were questioning her about her hands. Remember that part?
Yeah.
And I'm looking like, so you mean to tell me, what, they didn't do a test? You know, one of those grape kits or whatever, just
Well,
to
they
even
didn't
see
have
if,
to.
hmm?
They didn't have to. There was no grape kit because she said that he tried. It never happened. But I'm glad you mentioned that because it was something about that hand where from what the officer said, it didn't even really totally sound like the hand. Could you have that part of that video? Because that was something in that part that caught my attention about the hand from what the officer said, because we couldn't really hear what she said. We couldn't hear what she said. But it was something about that hand. It almost sounded like that I was thinking from the report that there was an injury. I assumed that Josias was the cause of it, but I don't even think that the hand was caused by Josias. I wish I could listen at that again. Like I said, I didn't have a lot of time, but I'm sorry, you all. Let me go to mute.
Yeah, because I know I had put a disclaimer over the screen. I don't know.
Well, maybe the blood on the hand was the part of where they was mentioning the DNA. That's probably what they was thinking about with the DNA, with the nails and the blood under the nails and stuff like that. I don't know. But the reality is this young man's got the charge. He's been charged and he's accepted the plea, and as you said, it's over his head for 25 years. I believe he still needs to seek legal advice because can't it be still, I don't know over there, that it was done under duress, and if he wasn't fit to stand trial in terms of mentally, because he still didn't try. Did he go to trial?
No,
Vibes. He didn't go to
he
trial, did he?
he was scheduled, but the day that they scheduled it, all of a sudden he was released. They took that
Yeah,
deal.
they
But
took the
like you
deal.
said, that it maybe they can use because him being under duress, that could
Yeah.
possibly work. Because but
Hmm.
that goes to show you what kind of attorney did he have? She was just like, and people are so desperate. I can imagine. I know what she did. Okay, we could go ahead and go through the trial, and then they tell you all this bad stuff. And let's just say if she shows up, or let's just say that something, da, 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 then you might end up spending 50 years and scaring them, right? Or you could go ahead and take the plea, and you can be out today. Okay, and then she
Yeah.
probably ran back to the public defender, the prosecutors, and they all worked something out real fast. And Josias was just so happy. Okay, so he just went on and accepted that instead of saying,
And you know
"Oh
how it
hell
works,
no."
Golden. You know how it works with these public defenders. They're gonna get the bag anyway it goes. They're gonna get paid whether it's a long trial or a short trial. So for them, they'd rather just get the trial out of the way or get the case out of the way quick time so they can move on to the next one. They're not really invested in the person's future like that. They're getting paid anyway. So whatever the case, however it goes, they're just gonna take it that way. So yeah, it just seems like it's a conundrum that he got himself into, and all of the pieces fell against him. Unfortunately, that's what it looks like. Big up Mimi in the chat. I see you. Big up Mimi.
Let's see if Platt have something to say. And Platt, you have a question on the screen. Platt, when you and Marcus seen the footage, what was y'all thoughts on it?
We actually didn't watch it together. Um, I watched all the like the major parts, like the parts that I'm talking about in the chat and stuff like that. But we didn't watch it together. But we talked about it, about like how we was gonna do it and stuff like that. But he did his editing and gave me my advice, and that's what it is. But there was never any call, Bishop, because I was asking about that too, because I was telling them that's what I wanted. I wanted the call. I wanted the CAD to the, you know what I'm saying? Because I wanted that call. I wanted to see what was said. But it wasn't no call. They flagged the cop down.
Yeah. Right. The call would have been helpful. You could have heard if she was frantic or, whatever.
Right. But
Thank you.
I'm not gonna say it right now, but I do have some discrepancies in this whole shit from when I ordered these when I requested these records, that some of the shit that was said and some of the shit that was done, I have some, like, Josias, you need to get at me. I can help you.
Well, you know what?
Mm.
Let me tell you something. Oh, I'm glad you brought that up, because that was something I forgot to. It was on my mind and I totally forgot it. Yeah, they did not. There was no call made. She just flagged the police down, and I'm now thinking, what did she flag the police down because she got paranoid? Thought that she was gonna get in trouble because they was doing something they had no business doing. That's what now I'm starting to think.
I really
Now
think that
I could be wrong.
she got paid. She got paid, and she did her shit, and then she didn't want to do what she was supposed to do.
I don't even think she got paid. Like Josias with money, I think they was just probably gonna be getting
You
high
know,
together.
Josias gave her a little crumb.
Okay, well, he might have gave her a crumb, but I just think they were probably getting high together. She might have been a little paranoid. Now that I'm hearing this story now, like just my opinion, like Bishop said, it could have been where she got a little paranoid when she saw the cops, or maybe something he didn't go right on their end or something. She got mad. I don't know, but all I do know is that all this time we've been thinking, because he even accepted this charge. So what, when somebody takes a charge, see, and I'm not saying I'm glad this happened to Josias, but with me being within this community, there's a lot of ignorant people here. They spew a lot of lies, misinformation. And when you try to tell them how the system works or how things can, you know what I'm saying? God.
Yeah, I know, because earlier, Golden, I thought about it when I was watching the video. I say, you know what? Golden been saying this and saying this and saying this over and over. How easy it is for somebody to get arrested and convicted. Like, you can't stress it the two enough, and people still be mixing them up. You know what I mean? And I said, damn, that's how easy you could just be walking down the street and get arrested, and then you got to fight your way out of some serious allegations. That's why I'm like, damn, we definitely got to make sure we're talking to our sons. Okay, we
You know
do.
And
what
that's
this
why.
reminds me of? It reminds me of that boy in America called Khalil. It's a true story. I can't remember his surname. But exactly like you said, Vibes, he was literally walking home from school and he got stopped by the police and they convicted him of murder because he had the book bag or something. Not murder, it was a robbery or something like that. And they convicted him. He had mental health issues. Somebody in the chat must know the story I'm talking about. I can't remember his surname, but it's Khalil something. And he came out of prison. He went to what's it called? What's that prison you've got over there in America, New York? Something Island anyway. He went there as a young guy, as a youth offender, and it traumatized him, destroyed him. Came out, was never right again, and ended up committing the S word on himself because he couldn't cope. He was paranoid. He thought the police were after him all the time. And these things happen on a regular basis. And that could have been Josias. He's the same type of guy, same mental health issues that could have been Josias. So Josias right now is just happy to be out. That's why he took the plea. We all know that. That was it. Khalif Copper, that's it. Khalil Broder, that's it. That documentary is a true story. If you haven't watched it, yeah, Rikers Island, sorry, that's it. It's very sad. If you follow the whole story, even with his mother, the issues that she had when he came out, it was horrible. But the corruption from the police in that story was absolutely disgusting, man. He was an innocent guy. But yeah, these things are happening on a frequent occurrence, and we need to step up. And that's why I've got nieces who are attorneys, barristers, right? And they did it because their brothers were arrested falsely, so they decided they wanted to get into the legal system. And now they tell me about the legal system, and they tell me about a lot of the laws and stuff. And I'm telling you, there's so many people being taken advantage of just because they don't know the law. So we as people have to do better, man, and just learn the law. I'm telling you.
In this day and age, I guess, like, if I was a man, I'll be like, just to make sure I'm covering my butt, make sure I'm texting, hey, I'm coming to see you. You think we're going to do something? You know what I mean? Just so you can't come in the end and be like, I did what? You agreed to it. You knew I was coming for this. You know what I mean? Just that's sad that we have to feel like this and think
Well,
like
you know
this. But
what? I'm glad you said that because it was a guy. I'm a group that I'm in where these men are intelligent. They ain't like this community where it's diverse with intelligent and dummies. Okay, and he said something years ago, and I was happy to basically he said that he will never have any type of intercourse with a woman if she's under the influence. Basically, if they're out for the night and they may have had a few drinks, he will not do it. He wants to assure that what they're doing is consensual, where it won't be nobody, like, you know what I mean? But like you said, you have to almost basically text a person, like, and make them respond to you so that if it happens. But and I'm glad you said that because I think tomorrow I'll call my son and tell him that too. But I let him know, like, when you get into one of those kind of positions, you don't touch a woman if she's under the influence.
your audio going in and out, Golden.
I'm sorry because I just got in the car and I'm driving. I'm sorry. I'm kind of in probably a
Hey.
bad area. Um, So yeah, and that's what annoys me with this community within this street sector. Like, we supposed to be street sector, and people should either know about the streets or should be getting proper information. And when people are trying to be a spokesperson and don't know anything about the justice system, will say anything. I mean, it's crazy. And this is the
You
very
know,
reason why I don't appreciate the games and the lies and stuff and false accusations that's placed on people, because it could be serious and somebody could really go to prison for life or get hurt and taken out with lies. It's not cool, and I've seen this happen before.
everybody sitting up there. I mean, not everybody. Some people over here worrying about, they're not, Marcus and money or whatever. Guys, everybody that drop a YouTube video that's monetized, do you just think that you're not gonna make any money from the video? It's automatic. I'm sitting
So
here
that's
right now.
business, man.
Do you think that I'm just gonna leave my kids on a beautiful Sunday night, my family, to come on YouTube and sit here for 3 hours and talk with not one super chat, not one cash app, and it's not monetized? And I'm supposed to do this every night? What's the end goal? You get
But
paid, right?
it doesn't make no sense to me. It's ludicrous because the same people that are complaining about him uploading this thing are watching it. So I don't understand. Like, if you really got a problem with something, you know what they say? Let your feet do the talking, innit? That's what they say. If you got a real problem with a creator or a video that's gone up, don't watch it. Don't support it. That's how you show that you don't support it. But regardless of that, the man's gonna make his money off those videos. Whenever he uploads it, or whenever he produces it, or however it comes out, he's gonna make his money off it. And I'm not knocking his hustle because that's what he's come out here and said that he does. So that's what it is. And the same like you, Vibes. I would never knock the fact that you're coming out here and you're monetized. And what you're gonna do? Apply to YouTube to get demonetized so that people don't have a problem with you putting videos out. Come on, man, this stuff's crazy. Let's just deal with the facts and the issue at hand. It's about Josias. That's what it's about.
Yeah. Miss HB say, my heart hurts when I think of the things that happened to that young man. It took him years to go to court. They dogged that poor boy and his mom couldn't afford to go see him, and it was so heartbreaking. Is she still talking about
Yeah, I agree.
Josias? I think so. How you know that his mom couldn't go to see him? Because that was a long time to not be able to go see your child. Even if you couldn't go a lot, you couldn't go one time. Why you say that, Miss HB? You talking about his mom? Oh, she talking about somebody else. Oh, okay. I get it. But even then,
Yeah,
ain't no
that Khalif
reason. Your
story.
son in trouble. Ain't no reason if you a real mom. Okay, you gonna make a way there. But yeah, I don't
True.
know who y'all talking about. Y'all talking about the other person. I don't know that person. But
You need to
I get
watch
it
it,
now.
Vibes, if you can. Watch that documentary, Vibes. Khalif Browder. It's something that you'll enjoy. But it's well, you won't enjoy it in terms of it's not a nice story, but it's something that I think you would be interested in. It's really really good, really really
And
good.
it's something I
Oh,
want to say so bad because this was really just giving example of some things that I've been talking about. But I'm just going, and it's sad that I could really educate people, but I got ignorant people. We have ignorant people who are watching us and defaming us, harassing us, when we can really be giving some really for real good information to help families, to help people with their sons, with their daughters too. You know what I mean? And it's just something that I want to say, but I'm not going to even say it. Thank God that I know for my family.
Yeah, Vibes.
why
I'm
you
gonna
say
drop
that?
down. Golden. I'm gonna drop down. Sorry, Vibes. I'm gonna drop down. Thanks for having me up on the panel. You know it's all love, blessings, manners, and respect every time. I'm gonna drop down into the chat,
Thank you so
but
much for
appreciate
coming
you,
up,
man.
and thank you too, Platt. Okay.
No problem,
Thank
no
you,
problem.
Abs, and thanks for helping jog my memory. That was just a few months ago, and I couldn't really recall the specifics of what happened and how Josias was released. But you're right; he took a deal with
Mm.
stipulations, and he was released that same day. So he never really had to go to trial because that was supposed to be the first day of the pre-trial. The trial, it was something. But thank you, Abs, for jogging my memory.
No, I appreciate you too, Golden, man. I'm gonna jump down. Catch you guys later.
Okay, Abs, take care. Yeah. But what is I don't know what you was about to say just now, Golden. I have no idea, but I don't know. If you say you're not gonna say it, well, don't say it.
I'll wait on it. I'm gonna wait on it. I'm gonna hold that in my pocket for a little while. I'm gonna wait for somebody to some stuff to come for me, and I'm gonna lay it out on the table.
But you know how I am. I'm like, damn, why people be teasing us with tea? But it don't sound like no tea. But okay,
I'll
I hear
share
you.
it with you. I think I've even talked about it before. I'll share it with you offline.
Okay, so Miss HB said, I hope that some of these stories reach a lot of young people. It's real life ish and it's happening everywhere and every day. Yeah. I'm just sitting there looking today and I'm like, not even focusing on the part of if Josias is guilty or not. But I'm looking like, oh, another thing I forgot to tell y'all. I did not like the fact that even though you got to clear, make sure they don't have no weapon, all of this stuff from a human to a human, you couldn't even let somebody pee. Look how long that video was, y'all. The second one was 40 something minutes. Even edited, it was still that long. So imagine that. And from the minute you walk up on somebody, they say, hey, I got to pee, you still put them in cuffs. The minute you cleared them from a human to a human, you could have let that person pee and put them back in cuffs, okay? That was not right. And then they got to the station, had to sit there too. I'm like, well, damn, when did he get to pee? Can you imagine? I can't imagine, okay? And then they talk about his jacket was wet. So you know when you're wet, you really feel like you gotta pee for real. Now I'm surprised. And I say, look, you see how crazy life is? And if he sat up there and just couldn't hold it anymore, and God forbid mess around and did it in the in the car, they would have been mad. Probably beat him up and every damn thing. But he been trying to tell y'all from the beginning. And then did y'all catch when the officer sat there and said when they was standing up in the parking lot and the in the first video and the officer sat there and pushed him in his head? Did y'all catch that when they were pushing? See, y'all, this is why I always say I don't get myself in trouble. Cause you're not gonna talk to me no any kind of way crazy. You're not gonna be putting your hands on me. And I don't like nobody telling me what to do. So that's exactly why I say you no, no. Cause that right there pissed me off. Like, how you gonna have me in handcuffs, but you're pushing me in my damn head? That make you want to fight somebody. You know what I mean? Like, I think they're just cowards when they do stuff like that. So I didn't like that. Did you catch that part, Golden?
I
You said
did
where
catch
they
it.
supposed to take him to a bathroom, urinated in public is a charge. Listen, it was already pissy where he was. might as well. Didn't they say it was stink? That's what they said. It smells so bad. Y'all know exactly
But you
what I'm
know
talking
what?
about by you.
When you're dealing with cops, cops deal with a lot of liars. So they might have not even believed him because when they walked up on him, they said he had his hands in his pants. I mean, they don't know what he could have been having his hands in his pants for. It could have been for drugs. It could have been where he was playing it off like he was doing something, And then
That's
they
why I said clear him first. Put him in the handcuffs. Make sure he don't have no weapons, no nothing. Then let the person use the bathroom before you put them in the trunk in the car.
but no, like somebody said, now that's something I need to look into. Will cops allow somebody to pee on the side of on the wall? I mean, you
Man,
know what I
listen.
mean? That's something that like somebody just mentioned. I mean, they just gotta wait. I don't know. I can't imagine them saying, "Oh, you gotta poop." Okay, well, we're gonna drive you to In-N-Out Burger, to Starbucks with the cuffs on. You just gotta wait, or you gonna have to poop. And trust me, people do urinate in those cars and stuff. So he just have to urinate, and he'll just get cleaned up when he get to the station.
I was just thinking, y'all. I'm a thinker. I'm sitting there like, wait a minute. He said if he had to pee, he didn't go in the precinct. Yeah, and even when you got to the precinct, you got to sit on the bench and all of this too and wait. I'm like, oh no,
And when he get to the precinct, they'll let him go. Because as soon as they get to the precinct, usually they take you straight. Well, I don't. They take you straight to the back to the holding tank,
Say
and the
what
holding
now?
tank usually has a restroom in there.
I was talking about that's why them seats plastic. Really, really. I had no idea. I thought they just had regular seats like a regular
No,
car.
they hard. They some hard. You right, Abs. They some hard, like you said, plastic. They not some comfy Cadillac cushion
Man,
type of seats.
I'm thinking the whole time the back seat is like a regular car, like car seat.
It's time for you to get your experience
Oh
vibes.
hell no, hell no, hell
You
to the
get your
no. I
experience in the
rebuke
back.
no, no,
Vibes. You get your
no,
experience in
ma'am.
the back of a car, and I'll get my first marijuana experience.
No,
Deal.
I'll pass. I'll pass. Mimi girl, I'm sitting up there looking like, wait, I'm thinking it's like a regular seat. Well, I'll be damn. I just learned something. You said no cushion, no leather. I don't need no damn ride. I rebuke every last comment talking about I need a ride. No, no, no.
And you know what? I also forgot. I'm glad Abs reminded me of that. One of my male friends who used to be a cop, I don't know, but he used to tell me that they used to have to wash their own cars. I said, I thought they had car washers. Or at that time when he was a policeman, he was like, yeah, we would clean. I met my partner, we washed our cars. I was like, all that time I thought, you know, they had car washes unless the city of Los Angeles during that time was having some cutting back or something. But yeah, he told me during that time when he was a cop, they used to wash their cars. So you might have a cop who don't care about having a clean car. I don't know.
I'm gonna remember that crap every time I see a damn police. I'm gonna be like, well, damn, all this time I ain't know the backseat. I'm gonna be thinking about y'all. Y'all are crazy.
I'm thinking everybody's sitting in cushions and warm seats and stuff. Girl, they hard. They some hard seats. I mean, it's like a bench.
I'm gonna Google a damn video on YouTube or something. A
No,
tour
you
of a
just need your
police
first
vehicle.
experience.
No, ma'am. No.
Just go on and have your first experience.
Uh-uh.
You just stop a police and say, "Can I just see the car? I ain't never been in one. I heard y'all. Can I just sit down in it?"
Mm-mm-mm. I'm shocked. You say, yep, they be hosing the cars down. Well, I be damn. I'm speechless, y'all. Glossy said if there was some kind of cloud, that would be extremely gross. Folks get mad enough and be pissing and itching. I guess I just never thought about it, Glossy, girl. What? Hard as a rock, metal grill in your face. Yeah, I've seen the metal grill, like you can see it through the back, but I didn't realize the seats and stuff. Child, shut the front door. Not vroom vroom. Y'all ain't no damn good. But but Golden, you have anything else you gotta say? Because I don't have anything else I have to say.
No, I'm gonna drive down. Thanks for having me.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Platt, for coming up and explaining and elaborating on it, everything and giving everyone clarity. Thanks, Bishop, for coming up and explaining to those who aren't aware that, when with him having his hands in his pants, you don't know what could have been in his pants. So they had to come like that. So anyway, I'm dropping down, you all. Good night. I'm going I'll be down there in the chat.
They done threw out the damn faucet emojis and everything. Y'all are something else. All right, thanks, Platt. And if you're going live to talk about, give your own reaction, definitely let us know. Okay? Well, shout out to everybody that graced the panel tonight. And we'll see y'all on the next one. Okay, y'all? I'll see y'all later. I hope everybody have a great night. I know we're way earlier than normal. I don't know who else is going live, if anybody going live. Patty Wagon. Oh, I don't know if anybody going live, but y'all, we'll figure it out. See y'all later.
This the castle, the vibe is royal, but don't come fake, we don't do this loyal. Share this heat if you know they need facts, then pull up in the chat where the real ones at. Chill with the queen or catch that chaos. Respect the space or the gate get locked. Is it gone, Queen? I stay calm, but I'll still check a hole. Y'all talk too much, me, I just watch. Get me receipts, then back round the block. Share what's real and what's not. If you've seen the live, you already know. Hope you enjoy the show. We don't beg for a seat, we design the scene. Castle vibes only level, we a team. This place built calm, no clout, no rush. Just grown energy steady, no hush. We don't move like the rest, nah, this thing tight. And the vibe hit harder when the crowd polite. We laugh, we sip, we check who switched them bones to the beat while we fix that glitch. Hope you could stay till the live was finished. Every day I'm about dissing and causing tension. I appreciate you all, so I bring the trending content. Shout out to my subscribers, look, present castle residents. I appreciate you all, so I bring the trending content. Shout out to my subscribers, look, present castle residents. Good night, my loves. If you read the vibe, go ahead. ahead and subscribe. But if you really want a whole seat in a castle, join the fam tea spill first in silence. With class walk, good, stay wise, and mind how you're moving at these YouTube streets. We done talking, now it's time to log. Ain't no back and forth, I don't argue in blogs. Said what I meant and I meant that clear. Soft voice, sharp truth, cut clean in here. No chaos, no shouting, no drag for free. Just calm, cold facts with a little hot tea. If you came for the mess, baby, this ain't that. This castle built peace, yeah, we handle it flat. Don't wait on a clap back, I don't do performing. I exit with a beat, drop and leave without warning. Grown women talk, this the closeout flow, where the vibe gets soft, but the pressure still shows. Subscribe if you get it, join if you bold. The membership heat ain't never been told. We spilling that first, real light, real still, but it cut through fake like a whisper will. This ain't petty, this poise, this presence on cue. With a side of eye, peeped it, but I won't move for you. I'm signed off calm, no extra scene. Just lace on my steps and a crown that's clean. So catch me next drop, or don't at all. This castle don't chase, queen answers a call. The vibe don't yell, it just echo right. Now dim the screen down, we done, good night. Good night, good loves. Thank you so much for coming to the castle tonight. If you enjoyed the vibe, we ask you, subscribe. But if you really want to be part of the family, become a member. That's where the tea spill first. Quiet, clean, and always back. Till next time. Walk good, stay wise. And mind how you move in these YouTube streets.